We're going to get started in our special meeting for July 11th. Town Clerk Greer, would you please take roll call?
Mike Barr.
Here.
Don Dyson. Here. Kevin Ostrowski. Absent. Frank Seneca.
Here.
Steve Churchill.
Here.
Please stand for the pledge and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. We have three public hearings, meetings today, and then we'll be taking some action after the public meetings. So, first of all, can I have a motion to open the public hearing for proposed improvements of Seneca Falls Water Treatment Plant and Distribution System?
I'll make a motion.
Second for that, please.
Second.
Thank you. If you don't know, this is a formality. We are applying for a WIA grant, and this is to help bring up or help bring to date our infrastructure at the water treatment plant and some distribution of our water. Again, we're talking about an antiquated system. We did a preliminary engineer review study a year and a half ago. These are recommendations. Without the public hearing, without some legislation passed tonight, we can't make an application for the grant, and hopefully our game plan is to secure grants and 0% bonding, and also some reserves to start some of this stuff to get it done. So that's the purpose of the public hearing. Would anybody like to speak tonight at the public hearing? Anybody have any questions? Have a motion to close the public hearing, please.
I make the motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? So carried. Thank you. Our second public hearing, I'm going to make a motion to open, or I'm sorry, our second public hearing, proposed local law 3, amend chapter 213, peddlers soliciting transit businesses and mobile food vending. Have a motion to open that public meeting, please.
I make the motion.
And second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? This is, again, anybody can make comment. We're trying to clean up some of our zoning laws, which we've been doing on a regular basis for the last 3 years. There's some confusion on this, and we're probably not going to take any action tonight. There's still some downtown merchants who have reached out to us, and so we're probably going to hold off on taking action, but still, if anybody wants to make any comments. Basically, we're trying to protect our downtown businesses and restaurants right now, if I owned a food truck, I could go park in front of Parker's and do business, or Downtown Deli, or Little Italy, okay? There's nothing stopping that, okay? We're not trying to eliminate food trucks. We're just trying to protect our businesses. Food trucks will still be allowed if people get a permit, special occasions, private property. It's just a matter of trying to protect. Because more and more food trucks have become prevalent in our community, which is a good thing. But similar to what's going on in Geneva, food trucks don't pay property taxes on their business, and we're trying to help them, both people survive. So would anybody like to make a comment at this public hearing? Okay. Can I have a motion to close the public hearing? Second, please.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? So carried. Our third public hearing, proposed local law number 4, is to add chapter 215 to our code, rental property, landlords, and criminal activity. Can I have a motion to open this public hearing?
I make the motion.
Thank you. The second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Again, trying to clean up some of our zoning laws, trying to protect our neighborhoods. I'm sure all of us in the room have had experience with rental properties in our neighborhood. No problem with rental properties. We're trying to ensure that somebody's in charge of the rental property and they're not absentee landlords. And when things need to be taken care of, we can reach out to somebody and take care of it. So this, again, brings about more control for the town to protect our neighborhoods so that people living in wherever owns 3 apartment houses and nothing ever happens and the lawn never gets mowed and the sidewalks never get shoveled and the places are falling apart. At least we'll have an opportunity here to reach out to somebody. So with that, anybody like to get public comment on this one? Okay, got a motion to close public hearing on local law number 4, please.
I make the motion.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? So carried. New business, proposed improvements to Seneca Falls water plant and distribution system. So I have a resolution here. Resolution determined that the proposed town of Seneca Falls water system improvement project is a type 1 action and will not have a significant adverse impact on the environment. Can I have a motion to adopt this resolution, please?
I'll make a motion. we
Thank you.
adopt.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion. Lisa, can you help the board out explaining it, the type 1 seeker?
Yes, so I sent this all last week. We did the part 1 at the, I believe it was the May meeting, and this is the part 2 and part 3 for seeker. The part 2 is identification of any potential project impacts that may occur during the construction or after construction of the project. And then the packet here that was sent, the part 3 supporting information, basically details any of those items that may have small or major impacts that were identified. So we did open the coordinated review on June 7th. That ended, the 30-day period ended on Friday, July 7th, and we received comments back from 3 agencies: Department of Health, Department of Transportation, and Ags and Markets. All of them consented to the board acting as lead agency, and their only comments were that permits or notices of intent would be required during the design and construction phase, which is typical for those agencies. So we can definitely go through any questions or comments you have on this. Note that majority of the small or moderate impacts were due to the construction phase, and they were not intended to be permanent. So it's, erosion, sediment control, things like that, that would be during the construction when we're digging, open cut, and whatnot. Everything would be restored to pre-construction after the project was complete. So we can go through any of these that you have questions on.
So would anybody like to go through parts 3, 2, and 3 of the seeker, question by question, or are you comfortable with Lisa and the comments, the 30-day period comments, that there was no negative comments made towards the project? I know what you're going to say, so go ahead. I
That's
understand.
something after 3.5 years, you
I
can change my mind.
I understand completely, and we can do it.
But, yes, rightfully so, a seeker, my understanding requires this council to review. We can have engineers or attorneys go through and make their suggestions, but the council really should review every question. And I think we just saw that because there was recently a ruling in the Seneca Meadows versus Town of Seneca Falls case where the judge says they didn't do the hard look, and they did a much harder look than we're getting ready to do, and that's just a rubber stamp. That said, I don't support this project, so I'm not going to vote against. I guess I am going to vote against seeker in every piece of it because I stand opposed to this because we're going to be running a 12-inch main out to the Seneca Meadows environmental education center, which makes no sense to me at all, hasn't been explained at all. Actually, it was after the June meeting. It was explained by Mr. Tulo that what it's really about is setting up an interconnect between Waterloo and Seneca Falls. And this gets you a third of the way there. The interconnect would then happen out on the Warden Road, which is another mile past the education center. But that's not what it talks about in here. That's not what was proposed to us. It's just talking about running a 12-inch main, pretty much, what is it, about a little over half a mile, out to the education center, which certainly doesn't need a 12-inch main. And there's nothing out there. They already have water out along 414. So I don't support it without those changes. We have 4 roads in this town that need water. Hyatt, Thorpe Road, Demonts, and George Road. All are incomplete, and that's where we should be distributing water, not out to the environmental center. So I'm not going to support it, folks. I wish it had been changed in the last month and a half, but it wasn't. So no, we don't have to go, doesn't matter to me whether we go through the secret step by step or not.
Okay, so Lisa shared with everybody after the June meeting some more explanation in detail about why we named it by name. Again, trying to score as many points in the grant application as we possibly can. It really has no indirect impact on the landfill. It's not really a landfill issue. But I understand, again, I completely understand your position. And Steve, so if we have a bond resolution tonight also. So if the bond resolution, if you don't support the bond resolution, okay, then this grant application ends right here, okay? Because there's only 4 of us here tonight.
Right.
And I need all 4 of us to vote for the bond resolution, or the application won't be able to move forward anyway. So if that's what you plan on doing, that's fine, okay? We don't have to waste time going through seeker.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to support it.
That's fine.
And I'm sorry, I figured Cable would be here. You need 2/3
2/3.
of the full board?
Yes.
Or
4/5.
2/3 of the full board, and 3 out of 5 doesn't get you there. 3 out of 5 is less.
Of course, the other issue here is that it's in the 11th hour that we get this stuff. This stuff should have all been run up the flagpole months ago, and we could have had the discussions and perhaps come to a compromise, or work it out so that we could apply for the grants. But
And again, I don't, it becomes very confusing. It's a last hour, especially for me, I understand that. But unfortunately, the government doesn't let us know ahead of time when these grants are released. So we were working on a fast pace because we got late notification of when the WIA grant application
well, but
was due.
we could have been prepared. We could prepare next month for the grant applications for next year.
And we'll be doing that.
Shame on us as a board for not doing that.
Yeah, we'll be absolutely doing that to start the process because, I think we all have to take the responsibility and just not kicking the can down the road every year. At some point, we got to start taking care of our infrastructure and taking care of our citizens and ensure that our water stays healthy.
I agree 100%, but I also think that we need to do our due diligence and do the upfront planning to do exactly what you just said, and I think that's where we fail every year after year.
Okay, so Pat, do I just, I have a resolution, a motion, and a second. I want to take a vote on that resolution.
It's not going to hurt anything to finish it out.
And then go to the
Certainly.
binding resolution.
You can jump right to it. If it's not going to go, it's not going to go.
All right, so I have a motion on the floor for seeker and a second. All in favor of resolution determining that the proposed Town of Seneca Falls Water System Improvement Project is a type 1 action and will not have a significant adverse on the environment, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed?
Opposed.
Opposed, so that's 3-1. I have a resolution here, bond resolution of the town of Seneca Falls, adopted on July 11th, authorizing the construction of improvements to the town of Seneca Falls water distribution system, consisting of Seneca Falls Improvement Water Districts 1 and 2, the former village of Seneca Falls District. Have a motion for this resolution, please.
I'll make a motion.
And a second,
I'll
please.
second.
Again, this is part of the application process. We have to go on record as saying that we're going to financially support the project in addition to the, hopefully, the WIA grant. With no questions, and all in favor of the bond resolution, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed?
Opposed.
So that's defeated 3-1.
Right,
It is, because 2/3 is required, yes.
right.
Okay. Lisa, we're going back to the drawing board, okay?
Right.
Not the total new drawing board, we're going back to the, a different, okay?
So what you're looking at would have been the district expansion, which is no longer necessary. It is specific to the project and no longer necessary. So the next two items are the seeker review for the two local laws, which we can hold off on because the board is not taking action until the August meeting on that. That comes after discussion with some of our downtown merchants. Tonight's a particularly busy night in town because there's a bicycle event coming through town. So we were asked to hold off on taking final action on the local law. So,
We're going to hold off on the other one, that too?
So I would suggest you can hold off on the seeker as well and move on to happier things.
But I'm saying, you want to hold off on the seeker review for the absentee landlords too?
I would keep them together because the laws are very similar in what they're trying to accomplish.
You got it. You're the boss.
And both were put together with the help of Sean Loeb of MRB, who's not here this evening, but who will be in a better position to speak on those when time comes.
Yeah, because they're going to require 2 public hearings again.
Yes.
And do the board members, do you have a copy of the seekers for both local law 3 and 4?
They do.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
between now and August 1st, please take a look, and if you have any questions, I'll direct them to Sean Loeb, who is from MRB, who put those together. Okay. I have a resolution here, provisional sergeant appointment. Whereas the Seneca Falls Police Department has a need to fill a vacant supervisory position, whereas it's the recommendation of the police chief and the public safety committee to backfill these positions, whereas Eric McLean has been in an acting sergeant role as officer in charge for the past 7 months, has proven himself to be qualified to fill the vacancy. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board approve promoting Officer Eric McLean to provisional police sergeant. Have a motion for this, please.
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any questions for Chief Snyder? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? So carried. Sergeant, congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Second resolution, provisional sergeant appointment. Whereas the Seneca Falls Police Department, congratulations, Rick.
He also, just to break in the thing, this gentleman, Mr. McLean,
I thought you were talking about me.
he also got an award at the American Legion 7 days ago or 9 days ago. I attended that.
Yes, you did.
And congratulations on that. The American Legion honored him as a police officer of the county.
Appreciate it.
I don't know if we talked about it or not. I can't remember.
Yes, we spoke briefly at the ceremony.
Yeah, we talked about it at the last meeting?
I have it in my monthly report.
Oh, all right, very good. Congratulations on that.
Okay, Whereas Santa Claus Police Department has a need to fill a vacant supervisory position, recommendation of the Police Chief and Public Safety Committee to backfill these positions. Whereas Officer Logan Burghardt has been an acting sergeant role as officer in charge for the past 7 months and has proven himself to be qualified to fill the vacancy. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board approve promoting Officer Logan Burghardt to provisional police sergeant. Have a motion for this?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any questions for Chief Snyder on this one?
Just
All in
to
favor?
clear it up, because there's a lot
I'm
of.
sorry?
There's a lot of sergeant promotions. It's, we have 2 vacant, and with the lieutenant moving up, that opens up the other sergeant position. That's why there's 3.
And these are all budgeted, correct?
Everything is budgeted. The lieutenant salary hasn't been touched at all this year. So, and 2 sergeant spots have not been touched, so.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carried. Congratulations, Sergeant Logan.
Congratulations.
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 More paperwork now.
He loves it.
And a third sergeant appointment. Whereas the Santa Claus Police Department has a need to fill a vacant supervisory position. It's a recommendation of the Police Chief and Public Safety Committee. Whereas Officer Bethany Kidd has been in the acting sergeant role as officer in charge. Therefore, be resolved that the town board approve promoting Officer Bethany Kidd to provisional police sergeant. Have a motion for this, please.
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any questions for Chief Snyder? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? So carried. Sergeant Kidd, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here goes Sergeant.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, and we have a final resolution here, lieutenant appointment. Whereas the Santa Claus Police Department has a need to fill a vacant lieutenant position with a current full-time police sergeant. Whereas it's been the recommendation of the Police Chief and Public Safety Committee to backfill this position with a qualified candidate. Now therefore be resolved that Sergeant Thomas Clear is currently on an active Seneca County Civil Service list for police lieutenant. Sergeant Clear has been a sergeant for 2 years and has proven himself to be qualified to fill this vacancy. Be it further resolved that the town board approve promoting Sergeant Thomas Clear to police lieutenant at a starting salary of $92,677. Can I have a motion for this, please?
Motion.
And a second?
Second.
Any questions for Chief Snyder here? This would be Chief Snyder's position, obviously. So now we're at full command force. With no questions, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? So carried. Lieutenant Clear, congratulations.
It's good to finally have a competent lieutenant on staff.
I think we want to do.
He's only the second one.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that to the lieutenant, right?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to be sworn in officially.
Woo-hoo. Raise your right hand. I, Thomas J.
Thomas BP.
Thomas B.P.
Yes.
I, Thomas B.P. Clare,
I, Thomas BP Clear,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to uphold the Constitution of the United States,
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
faithfully discharge the duties of lieutenant
and to faithfully discharge the duties of lieutenant
for the Santa Claus Police Department
for the Santa Claus Police Department
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to everyone, well deserved, and we look forward to many years of being here for it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, with that, have a motion to adjourn.
We'll make the motion.
Second? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Folks, thank you. See you August 1st.